Good afternoon, everybody. It's Josh here from Lookin for Games. It is Friday, July 9th, 2021, and it's time for this week's weekly update. In previous weeks, we created the and jar, which, if anything else, it's a nice way to raise money for our favorite charity, Extra Life. It's also a nice way to help me cut down on my public speaking crutches using the words and Of course, the count each week has declined, so the process is working, if nothing else. This week's count is 15, another remarkable improvement. No, that is not a mistake. I went back and I checked it a few times just to make sure. The count is 15. So what that means now is we've increased the increment once again, and we are up to 20 cents per or and I'm raising up the donation, rounding up the donation to $5. With the contest element that we added, of course, it's a chance for you to win a $10 gift certificate to Lookin for Games. And this week's winner is Tyler Dowis. So we will be reaching out to you soon, or you can swing by the store for your $10 gift certificate. Of course, as I've mentioned, the way this works is all you have to do is comment on this week's video with your guess for the account, and whoever gets the closest is going to win the gift card for $10 from Lookin for Games. So with that, let's jump into the rest of the schedule. We've added the new feature of miniature melee, of course, on Sundays, and we've opened up several different things over the last couple of weeks, and we did Marvel Crisis Protocol, we did a Crusader League, and now we are adding an Escalation League for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So starting Sunday, this Sunday, we're going to be firing off this league. It's going to be every other week, similar to how we did Marvel Crisis Protocol. Going to start at 750 points. Every week, it's going to increase in amount. Basically, the points are the size of the army that you bring to the table. Every session is going to increase by 250 points. Proxy units are going to be allowed, but that's based on agreement by the other party. And you don't have to paint your miniatures, although they're much nicer to look at if you do. So I'm told, since I don't have any painted miniatures either. But as an extra incentive, there will be bonus for painted miniatures, as well as a hobby winner to be announced along with the league winner. So what that means is you'll have two different chances to win the league. And you can start checking all of that out Sunday at 12 o'clock here as part of Miniature Melee. For game night this week, we are going to be welcoming to the table Runaway Parade's game, Fire Tower. Now, the first time I saw this game was back at PAX East in 2019, and I was still scoping out games and cool things to add to what we now know as Lookin for Games. And this was a very shiny display, and it immediately caught my attention. It had these great amber colored crystals, and they're used as the flame tokens for the game. And they've done a great job over there at presenting this game at each of the conventions. And so I was hooked. We got our copies in, and now we are disciples of Fire Tower. So Fire Tower has done a second expansion as well. I'm sorry, a second printing as well as a expansion, and that's Rising Flame. So we're going to be getting that to the table on Wednesday night. And it's added a couple of new mechanics, including the Firehawks, some new powerful cards, and also a solo mode component. So some cool things that have been added to this already very easy to jump into and fun to play game, Fire Tower and the Rising Flames expansion. As I mentioned last week, we are welcoming the next set of Magic the Gathering to the store. Magic the Gathering: Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This is a D&D crossover, and with a crossover with D&D, what better thing to add to this is a whole new mechanic using D20 dice. So what you do is you roll your dice, and whatever the number is actually causes a different effect on your cards to trigger. So this is a whole new mechanic that's being added to this already iconic trading card game from Wizards of the Coast. Set booster boxes are going to be available for pre-sale. We've got a whole slew of things on our web store that you can pre-order. And of course, the pre-release happening on Friday the 16th and Saturday the 17th. So Friday at 7 o'clock and Saturday at 1 o'clock. So join us for that pre-release for Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Looking for adventure this week. The Caravan of Peril continues to roll on Sunday. On Wednesday, you'll be working with DM Dave trying to escape through the Underdark. And then on Thursday with DM Steve, the Cartographer's Company is actually taking a well-deserved rest from the guild hall, and then soon they'll be taking their newly acquired boat to make their way up the coast. So these are all 3 different campaigns. We are working to kind of intertwine this world and make things have different effects from campaign to campaign. But those sign-up sheets are available on lookinforgames.com, and you can sign up for those starting today for this next week's session of Lookin' for Adventure. New stock this week, we've got from Konami Digital, Yu-Gi-Oh's trading card game, and this set is called King's Court. Now, this latest release from Konami has some great support cards, including Joker's Knight, and also the ultra-rare Utopic Draco Future. Now, in recent releases, we've had to limit how much we've made available just because of how much stock we had at the store, but we have fortunately gotten enough product here so that we can actually sell these with no pack limits, and also boxes will be available. And those are in the store today. Not to mention, as part of being the OTS program for Konami, we also have the promo packs as well as the Lost Art promos available here at the store. So come in and check out King's Court. Also new in stock this week from Marvel Crisis Protocol. The folks over at Atomic Mass Games have got their next release set out. We've got Red Omega, we've got Captain America and War Machine, we've got Jean Grey and Cassandra Nova. I'm not a big comic book guy, but apparently Cassandra Nova is Professor Xavier's evil twin, and I guess baldness runs in the family. So those are the new releases for Marvel Crisis Protocol, and those are available. Find out what those powers are when you come in and check them out in stock today. In the queue this week, as I mentioned last week, our registrations are open for PopUp Gen Con. We will be hosting PopUp Gen Con here at the store on September 18th. And spaces are limited, so you need to register through the Gen Con website. And we'll be linking all of that in the comments, so you can check that out. Very inexpensive badges, but badges are limited, so please don't procrastinate. To give you a little bit of an idea of what you may be looking at when we have our PopUp Gen Con, I'm going to tell you a couple of the publishers. There's 8 different publishers so far. I think a 9th to be added. We've got some other stuff that we're working on as well. But we've got Forbidden Games, who are the creators of the Raccoon Tycoon game, as well as Extraordinary Adventures Pirates. Pandasaurus Games, which is one of my favorite publishers. They do Dinosaur Island. They do Wasteland Express Delivery Service. They do all kinds of stuff, as well as the upcoming title Brew. Rather Dashing Games, which does the Element game, as well as the Drawn and Quartered series. Ravensburger, which does the Villainous series most recently, and one of my personal favorites, Jaws. And Slugfest Games, which are best known for the Red Dragon Inn series. Steamforged Games, which created the Dark Souls board game, and most recently the Monster Hunter board game. That's coming out very soon. USA Opoly, or the OP as they're now known. They are best known, at least here, for the Rising series, a whole mess of those games, as well as Harry Potter's Hogwarts Battle. And finally, Weird Miniatures. It's a miniature company, and they are best known for the Malifaux series, as well as the Other Side miniature war game. So those are 8 different publishers. We're going to have demonstrations available for games coming from those publishers. We don't even know what those games are just yet. We're hoping to be able to announce those very soon, but that's 8 different publishers that you can look forward to seeing as demonstrations for PopUp Gen Con on September 18th. I also want to announce a partnership with Monster Fight Club. We are bringing some of their product into the store, basically to generate some hype and some excitement. And I've got a few of each one that have come into the store so that you can use them in any of your tabletop games, including Warhammer Age of Sigmar Escalation League. Plug for that. Monster Scenery is a new line of game-ready tabletop terrain. All of the pieces are interchangeable as well as pre-painted, so they scale very well with just about any miniature game. And we've also brought in one of their board game titles as well that we'll be announcing here before too long. Had a nice conversation with the folks over there at Monster Fight Club, and looking forward to working with them and bringing those to the shelves for Lookin for Games. As I announced previously, we are still taking pre-orders, and now we have an actual release date. So August 27th is when Katan 3D will be released. As I told you before, this is a pre-order only product. We will not be bringing this onto the shelves. We are only bringing in what people pre-order. And if you are a completionist, like a lot of us are, you're going to want to get this because it is a beautiful hand-painted set that beautifully illustrates the world of Katan, and of course this tremendous game from Klaus Teuber. I also told you before from Pandasaurus, coming very soon to the store, hoping to have it any day now, is Pandasaurus's latest release, Brew. Time is broken and shattered. The seasons all exist at once. Day and night have no real cycle, and the forest is in chaos. So what will you do in this 2 to 4 player game to restore peace to the forest? This has both an area control and a worker placement mechanic to it. So it's going to be very cool to see what kind of strategies people use in this upcoming title very soon from Pandasaurus Games, Brew. And finally, we have our upcoming release calendar. Katan, Treasures, Dragons, and Adventures coming very soon. The next hero package from Marvel Champions, Venom. For Marvel Crisis Protocol, we've got Lizard and Craven. Kemet, Blood and Sand, which has been a very hard to get title, so we're looking forward to having some of that in stock. Another release for Marvel Champions, Brew, as I mentioned, and of course the anticipated release of Unfathomable. So that is the update for this week. Of course, if you've enjoyed that, please like and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to tell others about us. Make sure to get in your ums and uhs on the comments so you have a chance to win next week's gift certificate. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.